again, we're seeing another surge in Calamity activity, and once again, we're finding Fandables that have ties to both Dumbledore and Voldemort. We need to figure out who the Calamity is actually focused on. If the Calamity is manifesting things related to Voldemort, then we may not have a threat level high enough to define what we're up against. Okay, so there's that. Information about it is in the special tasks. We'll go look at that in a minute. Okay, there. Valentine's Day, we have Crazy in Love event, the 11th through the 13th, which will have oddities, love-stricken oddities. Love Lost, brilliant event. Yep, I'm sitting at my brother's right now. Community Day is oddities. And then we have Brilliant Event Love Lost Part 2. So. For those of you who need healing potions, definitely not me. Okay. Sorry I'm a little bit later starting. I was actually trying to finish up, or not finish up, but talk to my tax guy, get what he needed to him so that I'm good to go. Now let's look at the tasks. 5 brilliant foundables, the pensives. Use 3 potions and brew 2 potions. That's not a pensive, but we'll go after it. That's not a pensive. I'm pretty sure I knew they were, or at least I've seen signs that that some of the ones look slightly different. Still doesn't mean I don't want to go after these, though. Oh well, departed. Okay. Set the phone down for a minute and go closer to where I might find some more. So, today, the sky is clear, the sun is out, and everything's starting to melt, some at least. So, roads aren't as slick. Still have to slow down and be careful, but it's not as bad as it was yesterday. So. But yeah, part of what took so long was we're trying to find out. I had 2 kids who worked part-time during the year this past year and had some things withheld, had some money withheld for taxes and stuff, like all companies do. And so we're trying to figure out, because we basically provided this, they lived with us, we provided their food, everything but their car insurance we paid for. And we actually, with one of them, we paid for it, but he's going to pay us back. The other one, he just period paid for it. So, I should say he paid us back for it, because there were times he still owed us and stuff, and he is on our car insurance. So we're trying to figure out what the best way to go about it is, because they're on that line of, yes, we still provide plenty of their support to count them, but would it be better for them to count themselves or for us to count them? We do know, or yeah. And so it's going back and forth on which way do we go there. So we needed to get, the tax guy needed to see the W-2s for them to be able to figure out which is going to be the best all around for the family. So I think I'll go after this first. Gonna have to go on and post too. Oh, there's a pensive. Oh, I know why clicking it doesn't work yet, because you have to watch the whole thing once. That's right. And I do need to get a picture. I forgot that. Oh, good. We've got another one. That one I actually want to... That's sad. Okay, this one I don't want to take a picture of. I was going to get a picture of a screenshot of the pensive with the pixies, because that was cute. There. Move out of the way a little bit because someone's coming. And then I can go into Discord and let them know we have a dragon. That's Omlet. That's not Discord. This is Discord. There we are. There. Nope. That's not Harry Potter. That is. Okay. So the reason I had to move a little bit was someone came in and they weren't slow enough. They obviously either spun or dying, but I'm not sure which one. So it's obvious, because they came through and slowed down. So it's obvious they were doing one or the other. I just don't know which one of the two games it was. Hey, I was still going. I hate when my phone does that. Ah, that one doesn't have both of them. Let's see. There, now I got both of them. I can send that one to my daughter whenever she acts up. In fact, maybe I'll make a meme in my Discord group, or a icon with that. That may sound bad, but even she agrees that she's told me she's glad we named her what we did. You know, she truly feels that she epitomizes that middle name. So, and that it totally fits her. And she's been known to take some of her internet handles directly from her name, and not because it's necessarily just because it's her middle name, but because she actually likes it too. So I figure if she's willing to do that, another dragon. Is the Harry Potter, the book event already going on? No? Weird. Wrong one. That's what I figure. Do that. So, honestly, that girl teased me. I would never give anyone the first name of Elfie. That was given, but it was a name I still liked, and I didn't know why. I had vowed my kids were going to have average sounding, slightly different, but still pretty average names that could be found both in Germany and the U.S., which just having a name that's found in both Germany and the U.S. meant we were going to get a lot more average. But growing up with my name, I knew what it's like to be teased about your name. That's what I was, yeah. Yes, so it must be from the sunshine, but we rarely see the dragons, so. And yeah, that's what I saw, is it starts tomorrow. Anyway, back to what I was saying. So, I did not want to name a kid Elfie for a first name. And I had not planned on a middle name, but I said if I had a girl that the name Elfie fit, then it would be a middle name. That's the only way they would be named Elfie. But I really did like the name. I'm going to be honest. I liked the name. I just honestly did not think that I would be happy using it for someone. Because I knew what it was like to be teased. And I did not want to make it easier for people to tease them. And their last name was already going to be a harder name. And so that was part of my consideration when naming my kids. Well, she literally teased us the whole pregnancy. I almost miscarried her a few times. In fact, the doctor had said you've lost this pregnancy a number of times. He said, just go home, deal with it. You're going to lose this pregnancy in the next day or two. You'll have fully finished bleeding, and the pregnancy will be over. And he said that at least once or twice. Early on in the pregnancy. And then she proceeded to start threatening preterm labor. On top of it, as soon as it couldn't be a miscarriage anymore, about a month after that, it started to be preterm labor. And and it stayed that way until she could come. And then I proceeded to stay in labor. And from what we could tell, I was truly in labor for 3 weeks with minimal breaks. 3 weeks straight. And when she came, they put her in my arms, and she had a point to her ears and a twinkle in her eyes. And it was like, okay, you have 100% earned the middle name Elfie. We still don't know your first name, but we darn well know your middle name. And you will be getting a middle name. Yep. Literally. She's my only girl. Biological girl. My only biological girl. Out of 6 kids, she's the only one 6 biological kids. She was the only girl. Living, I should say. I had 2 miscarriages that we obviously can't know if they were girls or boys. So I have been pregnant 7 times, had 2 miscarriages, and 6 biological kids. One was a set of one pregnancy was twins. So she's a miracle baby, and her sense of humor and everything else that you guys know and love as much as we do has been there from conception, basically. And she's been, that twinkle in that eye. If you see a twinkle in her eye, 1, she's getting ready to pick on her stepdad. Or 2, you better watch your back because something's going down. Their names are John and Anthony. We went through a point where with everything going, we conceived them literally within a week of getting married. And there was a lot of stuff going on, and so we had someone who said they'd take care of them and that we would be able to be part of their lives in the works. But then after we agreed to it and let them adopt, they basically said, you won't ever see your kids again. I still think of them every day. I still love them to death. And I worry about them because trying to get information to their adoptive parents, they won't even listen to us, they won't acknowledge us or anything, and even when it's medical information. And it's sad because it's hurting the boys. And so I don't share their names because I don't want to, while I miss them like crazy, I don't want to intrude. Like, how do I put this? While I would love to have them in my life and everything, I'm not going to risk their safety and security and stuff by stating their names and have people maybe upset them because of things. I just trust that down the road they will find out that we did want them, and that basically this couple had said they would take care of them, and we would raise them together. Just that they'd be able to give them things that we couldn't. And they could. They were rich. And I'm just going to put it that way. They were rich. So they could give them things that we couldn't have given them. And so when they said, we'll raise them together, they'll know they're your parents, they'll spend time with you guys all the time. And they even said, and if down the road they decide they want to stay with you more than they want to stay with us and live at your place and whatever, that's just fine. We'll do it that way. We're more than okay with that. And they, yeah. And then they decided they weren't going to keep with their side of the bargain. And, yeah. So, that's why I don't talk about them all that often. And why I definitely don't share the names. Because I know at least people here in the valley would know them well enough, or know the family well enough once they heard the name, that they would make it very difficult for them, and it might hurt the kids, and I'm not going to have that happen. And I mean, if it weren't for the fact it would hurt the kids, I might be, or that it could hurt the kids. I can't say for sure it would, but it could hurt the kids. I probably would be a lot more open to sharing. Because, yep, they live in the valley. I would probably be a lot more open to sharing. But I do not want to hurt the kids. And that's the key. That's the whole crux of it, why I won't share. So if down the road When they're old enough, the boys say they want it known, and they want it known exactly what happened, then that would be a totally different story, because that would come from them. Yeah, they probably have EDS. There's like a 99.9% chance they have it. That's part of why it frustrates me. Because it's like, if they could, if they would just break down this, realize what they're doing to the kids, the boys could get the help they need right now to prevent most, if not all, of the problems from it. But because they want to be brats, and I hate to put it that way, but that's kind of what they're being, they because of that, the kids, the boys may have to experience issues from the EDS that otherwise they wouldn't have to experience. And it may take years for them to get diagnosed and everything. Whereas literally they could get diagnosed and then do what's needed to prevent the issues. I agree, I can't say, but thing is I have access to the one thing that they would have trouble denying. And that's the thing from them proving that they said we would be able to have them in our lives. And we would be together, spend time together and everything. And I think that would make a difference. I know. I think that's what upsets me more than anything, is the fact that they know I have information that could make a huge difference to their kids' life. I haven't seen it yet. I didn't look yet, so. Okay, I won't. was actually just thinking I should have, but hearing that, I'm glad I didn't. Thing is, the testing for EDS is different than other things. So part of the test, so with the type of EDS I have, basically the only way to test per se is a checklist. And one part of the checklist, knowing you have a family history, is huge for. So basically, they either one would have had, and the other part of it is, so there's two portions. That's one portion of it. Another portion of it is there's very few doctors around here who will diagnose EDS. Other doctors just refer, and the referral is an over 2-year wait to get the diagnosis. The only doctor really that will diagnose, and that's despite the fact that any doctor really can diagnose, most doctors won't. I agree. If I even knew that, I could have my doctor contact his doctor, or contact their doctor and talk to, better than where we're at right now. Yeah, it's quite the wait. And even worse on that wait is that's if you're approved to get on the wait list. Not everyone's even approved for the wait list. And so that makes it even worse when you don't know if you're going to end up on the wait list or not. And so, yeah. But yeah, if I knew their doctor, I'd just call and say, hey, or, I'd get a hold of my doctor and have him get a hold of their doctor and communicate that way. Because the other thing is there's some extra things going on in our family that we know is due to the EDS, but normally wouldn't be a first step in treating EDS this way, that makes a huge difference to our lives. That's the Zen Pep I've talked about many times, to control our blood sugars. And the doctor, he's told me many times, I don't know why it works, but it works for a number of people in your family. Something is genetically going on. I'm pretty positive it's due to the EDS, but it's not the normal EDS first step treatment for this. So, yeah. So basically, in not keeping communication open, at least keeping it open to where we can share health information and stuff, they are hurting the kids. And I think that's probably where I have the hardest time. I'm not going to say for sure, because I'm not saying if that was open and they were saying, okay, thank you, where can I get more information, etc., etc. Let's keep lines of communication open, at least for the genetics portion. They were born in, they are 11 turning 12, I believe. Yeah, 11 turning 12. I said I believe because I don't even know how old I am half the time. Mm-hmm. You know how old I am and I don't? Or wait, no. No, that wouldn't be how old I am. Maybe I am. I don't know, it shows you. I think I'm gonna throw away potions. There is absolutely no way with my profession that I can think of to go through that many health potions. $76, so close. But that many? I'll delete that many. Told you I don't even know how old I am. I told you. Yes, that would be why I'm like, I gotta get rid of potions. Like I said, I don't know how. That's one way to do it. I wouldn't see it till a lot later this year. And even then, whether I'd see the exact year, how old, well, I don't put how old I am on the calendar, so one of my kids would have to do that for me. I actually, in a different Discord group, I had to laugh because they put ages, things, and they had an icon. Yeah, like I said, I've got plenty. Anyway, they had icons, and the highest icon was like 25 plus, and it was an old man. And I'm like, that makes sense. But yeah, I was like, I guess I'm older than dirt if 25 is an old man. The other thing is you know how often I use them. I mean, yeah, that's what I was like. But yeah, with the health potions, it was like, I'm going, the only time I use these is for the dark chambers. So, I will admit, compared to most people in that group, we are. Because that group actually has people who are young teens. Like 13, 14, 15. A huge group of people that's under 18. And they're all, the older people. It's a Spoonies group. You've seen I don't do Darker Forest very much either, but anyway, so it's a Spoonies group, and it's like they're talking about college or high school a lot of times, and it's so interesting when I get them telling me that I don't understand a medical term or things like that. And then to see their response as I hand to them the proof that what I was saying was true. Like one person said to me something along these lines, it can't be my blood sugar that's the reason I'm getting dizzy, because my blood sugar is low to normal. So we did my A1C, and it was in the low 4 point whatevers. And I do know what it is. I'm just trying to keep it very vague. And I'm like, you're aware that means your body's in fasting blood sugar level all the time, or almost all the time. The average is fasting, which means, yes, it probably is that you're dizzy due to your blood sugar. And they were like, huh? They honestly had thought the only way it could be low blood sugar is or that they could be getting dizzy due to blood sugar is if they were getting high, I guess. And when I pointed it out to them, it seemed to open up their eyes a bit, and they went, oh. Because they also said if they ate something, the dizziness would go away. So that's been interesting. It's more like, so I'm in some ways ending up counseling a bunch of people as they're like just setting foot out on their own, trying to figure out how to get testing for certain things or things like that, because up till then their parents have taken care of everything for them, and now they're off at college, and how do I tell my doctor this? How do I, etc. And it's like, you just tell them. My doctor said this to me, so it must be true. I'm like, yes, you need to take what they say, but don't always take it at face value. They can be wrong on things. And, well, my doctor doesn't want to do this. He just says it's all in my head. And I'm like, you've just told me physical symptoms. Physical symptoms means something's going on. So those have been some interesting conversations as they start to learn to ask for answers, and that they can ask. And to help them realize that just having a diagnosis does not mean it's got to be a devastating one. Oh, goody! Yeah. The number of times I've told them that. Hey, wait a minute. Okay, there you are. I don't see Steph. But I figure when I'm in there helping, when I'm on that server, at least I'm helping someone not have to go through what I did. and find it out on my own. Sounds like I really think they need to switch it up. Yeah, I think you do if you want that extravagant stuff. I really think they need to switch up this potion. And have it switch between I think she did. There, now we can. I wonder how many people. Oh, I still have plenty of people to send gifts to. Hey, let's send this one to here. I get it. You guys have seen how I do mine. It would be nice if we could open more gifts. It would also be nice if they changed that essential runestone to have existimal or healing potions, just a random mix of them. You know, potent would be the best, but a random mix would be just fine. It at least would be better than the way it is now. Though I do need to remember that I'm okay using my other potions for traces. That's what I save them for, and then I forget I have it to use them, because I don't necessarily need to use them unless it's for that, because I prefer the potents when I go into the fortress. So either that or have the option to trade in healing potions for runestones. That would be cool too. Just for random runestones. if you did that, you might have people keep their boxes going and actually use their, actually maybe even rent cauldrons. I don't know that they rent cauldrons, but at the same time, they at least wrote, brew healing potions when it wasn't an event thing. And the reason I'm thinking they probably wouldn't rent cauldrons is I think you can get a bag of runestones for cheaper than you can rent a cauldron, or the same price. So and I'll look at the phone in just a little bit. I'm kind of headed towards the kids' school and to get energy. So obviously I won't be able to move on until I get that one done. So tomorrow I will honestly, I think Phases has heard that more than once. Sorry about your local group. I will say I'm lucky for the group I have, because they understand that with the number of gifts you can open, it can be really hard to open everyone's gift. Staff, one idea, just a thought too. I know in our local, actually two of the local groups I'm part of, one for just the valley and one for the state, they actually have it that you can put what they have it that you can put what gifts you need. And so some of them work, and it actually at one point in the other group, not the one for the here, they were complaining about that. And I went on and said, brought up that how many you could open, but I also said the other thing I brought up was that there were some people that I hadn't been able to open for weeks because they gave me the wrong gift. And I said, some of them were saying, basically, you get what you get and you don't throw a fit. And I said, that's true. And you need to be aware, if you feel that way, you get what you get and you don't throw a fit, meaning if I can't open your gift, you don't throw a fit at me for not opening your gift. And a lot of people quickly jumped on them and were like, she's right. If she can't open your gift, she can't open your gift. if you choose, if you just send them whatever and they can't open it, you can't throw a fit because they don't open it. And I will say that they quickly shut up because they realized that, there's people here that actually have more than 10 friends, and they, they go out and they play and everything else. So they don't always have room. Oh, wow! Now, pull over and remember. And I turned off the car because I know it's going to be a little bit odd, right? Unless that happens. Yeah, that's part of it, is if you don't have the room to open a gift, you don't have the room to open a gift. And so if they aren't going to take into account what you need, and that was basically what I said. I don't mind opening everyone's gifts. What, you're not close, Jen? I'm actually kind of surprised. She either must, one, be in the middle of doing something at work that she can't stop, or two, isn't at work. Otherwise, I have a feeling we would have lost Jen. You know what I forgot I have still? I'm going to stop for a minute because I have something that could help me get stuff for today. And I still have 20 minutes on my Barufios. Oh, okay. Yeah, that was sad too. Those are, yeah. This is the event I'm looking forward to. Is if we'll get one. If I'll be able to get one of those. So if you had wanted it, you were close enough. So, one thing, Jen, we need to figure out and set a day once a week or once a month or whatever and go set dark detectors. And not during a community event. Because we don't want to just be bringing in stuff for the event, but in general, for those higher level foundables. Steph and her group did that, and it makes a difference if so it makes a bigger difference if you put in one, I put in one, and someone else puts in one, than you put in 3. So if we were to hit up somewhere, either USU or Willow Park, and dark detector up the whole place, then it would bring in more of those high level foundables. Even if we just did a 30-minute or an hour thing, because I believe Wizard is also needing a lot of the higher levels. I'm sure Twiz is. And there are some others that I bet if we were to hit, depending, and just talk about it, we could possibly even do like $30 minutes at USU one week, and then 30 minutes at Willow Park another week in the month, and then have community day. That would take care of 3 out of 4 weekends a month. Or we could do it one evening sometimes, or whatever. And I say both because I know some it's easier to get to Willow Park, and some it's easier to get to USU. So I'm not really looking at the screen right now, just so you guys are aware. I'm sure you kind of figured that, but kids get out in about somewhere between 5 and 10 minutes, maybe 12 minutes. And so I figure I better head over to their school. So, and of course my person's stalled even though I'm not. I just glanced down and saw. More people on the railroad track. You'd think they'd get it, but they never do here. I really wish that police would set up there. Would set up a sting enough times to get people to realize. That may sound bad, but I'm just worried that one of these days some train's gonna have issues or something and they're actually gonna end up with someone hurt because they didn't know how to go. So let's see, I'm gonna have to go in here. If I come clear down here where there's almost no cars, we should be able to get out decently faster. Okay. Now I gotta let the kids know where I am, then I'll talk to you guys. Maybe it was because it was dark. I agree on it being cold. Yeah, I noticed that this morning on my car. It took me till I was almost home this morning after dropping the kids off before things were decently thawed. Yeah, and I agree. That's my issue with the train tracks, is they aren't parking on them right, and then the trains, there's not much they can do. And so then either the train has to sit there and wait until someone decides, oh wait, there's a train here trying to get through, and it takes forever for a train to stop and then start. Or, yeah. And that's what upsets me about it. So, okay. I was just saying what Mindy had said. So now I can come here. So the crazy in love is the healing potions. It's deflect the advances of a variety of love-stricken oddities. Rare doxies and leprechauns? Okay, I see doxies, but leprechauns is not really rare. So McGonagall, a harp, a crest, a raven, a picture, and a badge. And then we have Snape, Mirror of Ersed. I bet that's a picture of Lily and of Harry's mom and dad. Lily and James. A cauldron, a potion bottle, and some flowers. I'm glad I'm not the only one that doesn't do it. Oh, well, if you ever want, you've seen we get leprechauns like crazy. Oh, that's what you were. Okay. Let's go check out Wizards Unite Hub in just a minute. Or let's go check here, actually. Looking for the dates on it. I agree, it is interesting they have a healing potion. Okay, let's go check out the hub then. Okay, we aren't showing them there. Let's go another place. See, I'm just trying to see if it's working yet. Yeah, I saw that. I was just seeing if I could see anything anywhere else.
Kimberly, where are you? I want to give you a hug. It says, can I?
Is there sound? Oh, there was sound. Hopefully I went past it fast enough.
Gatorade Zero.
I'm just trying to see if there's any information. Let's try it this way. Still sound.
You streaming?
Yeah.
Oh, better not sing then. I was about to.
I don't know where it's coming from. My phone has no sound on it. That's strange. Because honestly, the Pokemon Go music isn't coming from my phone.
Just because it's not coming from your phone doesn't mean it isn't recording it.
But where would it be coming from?
Depends on how you turned off the sound.
The sound's on!
And you're not even in the app.
Oh, lovely.
That's
Yeah, you realize. Okay, it doesn't look like it's been updated.
I'm the one they should be scared of.
I think this one's funny. We're talking about dead Dumbledore just roaming the streets, and Harry Potter is talking about his threat filing system. Bruh. Anyway, I see Mindy, so I'm going to hand the phone over in just a minute. It should be unlocked. It should have been unlocked. He already got in. Weird.
That's all I know. It wasn't unlocked.
That's even weirder. Because he got in the back, which you know has to be. And I did not hit the button after that. Mindy has the phone now. Whether she's going to pay attention to it or not, I don't know.
Hello.
Mindy.
No. David is Tinkerbell.
David is Tinkerbell? Okay.
I am not Tinkerbell.
You're definitely Tinkerbell. It's this Facebook quiz thing.
I'm going to try again.
And it says he's Tinkerbell.
It's which Disney sidekick are you?
And it says Tinkerbell, so David's Tinkerbell.
I would say that one has issues. Because probably the first thing it should check is gender.
No, David. I won't.
My gender isn't posted on my Facebook.
I won't hurry up.
Or ask. She just got his message to hurry.
Yeah. I was getting the rest of the stuff
Yeah,
that
I feel like
needed.
this one is more accurate. At least in my opinion.
In summer! Wait, no, I didn't read it.
So who is it now?
Olaf. That's why I said in summer.
It's better than Tinkerbell.
Okay, yes, but you're still an Olaf. You know that if you're a snowman, you will melt in summer. Olaf doesn't know that.
Now it says I'm Mushu. Your fiery personality lights up.
Who?
Mushu.
Oh, Mushu.
Your fiery personality lights up every gathering.
Curse on
always
you!
have
Curse on your family! Curse on your cow! I know it's not curse, but I will say it's curse.
He
It's
just
funner.
said, why does it keep giving me Tinkerbell?
Because you can keep on trying again.
Because it really wants you to be Tinkerbell.
Out of like the 6 times I've done it.
It really wants you to be Tinkerbell.
Is it going by hair color?
No, because Tinkerbell's hair color is blonde, not pink.
I'm just saying maybe it's seeing the hair color on your picture. I don't know.
I don't think
Yeah, I realized that. He was just saying it a bit weird. Mushu is Milan's dragon. I've gotten really good at the song in Beat Saber. The I'll Make a Man Out of You song in Beat Saber. It's not that hard though. It's quite easy. You're not very smart, are you? Ow. Oh yeah. Right.
What?
Here. I need to take off my makeup. Do you want me to take Mizuki out and then do that and then get my clothes, or do you want to take her out so I can take it off and get my clothes?
Why do you need to do it at Jed's.
I can't.
Okay.
I don't have my stuff there.
Bring your stuff. Just do it at Jed's.
No, because I'll put my dirty laundry in the back into the washer immediately, but some of my face stuff needs to go in the laundry.
I'll swim.
Okay. I had fun drawing on David this morning. It was quite hilarious.
Okay.
Because I couldn't find any of my stuff besides my fountain pen. So I had to bring my fountain pen. And it's
that's
really
the one that
easy.
works well.
And you guys sit right by each other, I'm
Yep.
guessing.
Yeah.
And what did the teacher say about the fact you were drawing on your brother in her class?
She didn't notice because I immediately got it off.
Not only that, I only do it really quickly because David doesn't let me. Yeah, he doesn't like me when I do this. Even on
I don't know
myself.
why people like drawing on themselves.
It's fun!
It makes no sense.
It's fun!
I don't care if it's fun. Think about anything else other than writing on yourself. Ow!
That sounded like it hurt. Just one push.
That did not. They have Minecraft on those computers and
Yeah.
Minecraft.
But she means
You can
into
log in.
hers.
Yeah, mine has a lock on it. Yeah.
Mine just has a password from LastPass. LastPass, the best way to save your passwords.
No, this is not sponsored by LastPass.
Oh no, it definitely is. We will get a
Def-
sponsor.
Sorry that we're memeing out today and being super.
I'm not sorry. I
I
will
am.
be Mimi all I want. You can deal with it.
Suck it, nerds.
Yes, actually.
Geronimo! As soon as I learned that, I almost yelled that out.
Geronimo!
But I was in Zach's class.
Oh, I still would have.
But it's Zach. He would have been like, what the crap? What is that?
And then I will tell them the amazingness that is Doctor Who.
But then we have to write about it.
I will gladly write about Doctor Who.
No!
Yes!
Because it'll be something like weird. It'll be like, what are the Daleks made out of? Or something. And it'll be so
Okay,
stupid.
so I will
Say what the Daleks are made out of.
potatoes. That's
not!
Yes, that's what the things on the sides are. Oh, sure. What happened to David?
Oh, so I was pointing at my sister and
Oh, yeah.
my
that thing.
hand hit the
Okay.
chair and there's metal in the chair and it hit the chair really hard and it was the worst.
It was hilarious.
No, it was not.
Yeah, it was. Nick, this morning why are you reading a book about me?
David, I have clothes in my basket in my room.
So I guess I should tell you guys, my book is called The Lucifer Code, and someone jokingly called one of our friends Satan this morning or something, and yeah, it was hilarious.
They like the fact that on Nibley Road there is the phone booth. Or whatever it is from Doctor Who. I will. So she went into Go grab her, pup. Because she's not quite got it to the point where we're at 35. I can go ahead. Quite got it to the point where she can leave at home. Or, I mean, not leave at home, where she can take it with her as a service dog, full service dog, in training yet. Because she doesn't feel it's safe yet. It still will jump on people off and on and things like that. And so until she can get it trained enough, she can't take it with her, so. Jen says one year there was a house in her neighborhood that made a Dalek snowman in their front yard. It was awesome. Mizuki's doing good, so just working on training. Oh, I'm back. Okay. So the TARDIS is on the road that the post office in Ted's is on.